Hi, I'm Aura, and I'm the host of Collective Mind, and I'm here with Onyx, my fiance, and the host of Primal Pack.
Goodbye.
Gvar. And if you didn't know, we are in a new apartment, so there's a new background, which is going to be changing over time as I update things, and as I unpack and set it up and stuff. But we are going to be filming another reaction to Sanders Sides today.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is the fitting in episode where they talk about Hogwarts houses, which I briefly considered skipping this one, and then I realized that I had some thoughts about this from a DID perspective, so yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, anyway, let's watch it.
Okay.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna turn around.
Petrificus totalis.
Correct.
What is up, everybody? Goodness, can you believe how far through this year we've already gotten? Summer is basically over, school is starting back up here in America, and Halloween is just around the corner. Ah, Halloween. Is that the reason for your new, plum pigmented pili? Logan, look at you with the purple hair. It is very becoming. Becoming a nuisance? Is that what you were trying to say? How is anyone supposed to take me seriously when your head looks like Barney's unshaven armpit? No, I like it. And it's not for Halloween, by the way. Just to make me look foolish then, huh, Thomas? Well, congratulations on having graduated to full-time clown. Congratulations on the cool, colorful crown. Yeah, well, your sincere congratulatory remark recolors my sardonic slight and makes it appear sincere. Let it be known, I do not like the hair, you know?
Okay, I'm actually already gonna pause because this is a common thing in systems for alters to not agree on choices about how the body's going to present, and a big one that comes up a lot is doing stuff to the body's hair. So
Yeah, because
This
it's such an
is-
easy thing to do, and it
Yeah.
changes and fades and stuff. So it's an easy thing that someone can personalize.
yeah, for sure. And systems all handle that differently for the most part, but some common things are taking turns making decisions about it, or having to agree on things, especially bigger or permanent things. So yeah. Also, I'm wearing my could be gayer hat.
Nice.
Anyway, let's keep going.
No, for some reason, not surprised that you like it, Patton. Whatever makes you happy, I see a little Perry twinkle in your iris. Two different shades of purple. It is a brilliant, iridescent display, though I still say you could have gone with even more colors. Full rainbow next time. Awful idea. Oh, I'm already full rainbow all the time. What? You did not. Anyway, where's Virgil? I want to see what good old Panic at the Everywhere has to say about this. Yes. Oh, yeah, he does have something to say. Virgil won't come out and see what people think of the hair. Yes, boy. Yes! Get this. Hey, dude. I don't know why I said that. What do you have to say? Look, you know me by now. You know I'm gonna have some concerns. And
So, I do want to point out, mostly for Onyx's sake, canonically, this comes immediately after Accepting Anxiety Part 1 and 2. So this is still, they've had that whole moment, but they're not necessarily used to treating Virgil well, overall, especially Roman.
Makes
So
sense.
that feels kind of important for you to know. I wanted to point that out.
I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
that's okay. What's up? It's just you don't know what people are thinking or saying about it. Yeah, I will always have that little bit of nervousness about what people think of my appearance, colored hair or not, but honestly, I'm happy with the change-up. If you're looking for a reason, Logan, it makes Thomas happy. And isn't good mental health an important reason? Yeah. It certainly helps me think of a few new possibilities for the great selfie games. And I guess there is sort of a dark edginess to it, like one of those Crayola crayon Halloween packs. That.
Okay.
I also wanted to point out that Virgil's concerns specifically about standing out too much because of doing something like dyeing their hair a bright color like that is a very, very common concern in systems too, because it's a common trauma response to just kind of want to blend in and not be noticed whenever possible. So that strikes me as super relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that.
That is your standard for dark edginess? I don't know. I'm just trying not to bring the group down here. You only help to lift me up, you sweet and sour, misunderstood shadowling. What? Just nod and agree. He has a lot of love to give. Well, all I'm saying is, Thomas, in your past, it's been far easier to just blend in.
That's what I said.
Make yourself stand out like this. Yeah, it can be good, but a lot of times it can be not so good. He's trying not to be harsh so as not to be too distressing, but he is the source of your anxiety. This is odd. He is odd, Logan. But he does have a point. Might one's effort to find happiness in unique self-expression lead to the unhappy result of being the odd one out? I mean, yeah, I see the concern, but I don't think that should keep us from taking that risk. If it's not hurting me or others, sometimes being the odd one out can be fun. Speak for yourself. Being the odd one out was my whole presence here, and it was not fun. Aha! That is the crux of this issue. Virgil is a little too familiar with rejection and has had his fill. What? No. He doesn't realize that sometimes standing out can feel outstanding.
Yeah. So this is one of the big reasons that I didn't end up skipping this episode. Because Virgil is definitely still getting used to the idea that bad things aren't going to be constantly happening, like, to and around him.
Yeah.
So he's still going to be perceiving a lot of things in the most negative way possible, because that's what he's used to. And having different perspectives on the same, like, drastically different perspectives on the same thing, like he and Roman in particular currently do, is super, super common, because your, like, worldview and perspective has a lot to do with your experiences, and alters generally have different experiences than each other because of the amnesia between them. So, yeah, the same thing can get very different reactions from different alters.
Also, they didn't consult anybody before doing this, apparently. They just did it, which is common, but it's also kind of shitty for everyone else, because now they have to live with it whether they want to or not, and it's just kind of there now. And that's not always easy to deal with. Like, I get you can't make peace with everybody, but bigger decisions should at least some heads up, if possible, would be nice for a systems perspective, because it's like, you know, if you share your car with your friend and then you suddenly find that they put a decal on it or something.
Right.
Or change the spoiler on it or something. And it may not hurt the car, it may be able to come off, but it's still going to come as a surprise, which is going to shock them and feel bad. And it's not really considerate of other people.
Yeah, definitely.
Which it's hard to do in a system.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to be individualized while also having to share everything. And it can be a tough balance to try and find, but it is an important one to try and achieve.
Yeah. And in a lot of ways, it can get harder the more alters there are in the system. But also, it's just because it's so common for alters to disagree with each other and have super different perspectives on things, even if you just have a few, you can still have very, very strong and different preferences that clash with each other. So, yeah, it can definitely be hard to navigate that.
Very much so.
And I would know. Oh, well, shoot, maybe we need to make you feel included as a valued part of me so that you don't feel wrong for being different. Roman, that was astute. I know! And you used the word iridescence earlier. You were on a clever streak today, which is unusual for you. I know! Wait, what? Tonks! I literally almost took your whole face out. Patton, you now have our attention. That's what you're...
Okay, hold on. I need to jump in there because I had someone ask in the comments of an earlier Sanders Sides reaction video what roles we think each of the sides would have. And something just occurred to me on that topic, which is that Roman is very likely to be a physical protector.
Really?
Very, very likely, yeah. Because he's the one who has that strong fight response in response to being startled or being angry or any of that. He would be the physical
and of
protector.
all of them, yeah, I could definitely see that. He's definitely the more protectory by nature kind of person.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Her hair reminds me of Nymphadora Tonks, the metamorphogus from Harry Potter. Okay, both of you, with your big words today. Stealing my thing, no big deal. Harry Potter! Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Right? Or is that what you were quoting from, like Dumbledore from the fourth movie? Like, what was that? It was such a weird line translation from the book to the movie. No, it was more of a Harry Potter themed idea I had just now, but that was great. Oh, I know. Virgil, Harry Potter was this amazing book series that combined magic and fantasy and giant trolls and like troll bogies. Yeah, I know what Harry Potter is. But it also gave us this really cool system that helps us figure out where we fit in. Oh, I can sort of see where you're going with this, Thomas. Hats off to you, Patton.
Oh my god.
A ginormous spider in the Harry Potter universe. Wait, he's bold, he's terrifying, and no matter where we all fit in, we are always prey. That was not where I was going with that, Patton, but point well made. He must be stopped. Hogwarts houses. In the books, the students get sorted into 4 different Hogwarts houses based off of the qualities that they exhibit. Oh, that makes more sense. Okay,
So this is the biggest reason that I ended up deciding to react to this one after all, is this is similar in a lot of ways to trying to categorize alters into specific roles that they fit. And I think there are going to be interesting parallels throughout this whole exercise that they're about to do of trying to sort everybody. And yeah, so that's kind of where I'm going with this one.
You're saying this magical, some might say nonsensical talking headwear sorting system could be of use to us? Well, although being simply a device in the books, people reading them also began to be curious as to where they may be sorted if they went to Hogwarts, and a lot of Harry Potter house quizzes appeared online. It sort of helped promote this idea that we may be different, but we're all valued and important and part of the same school. But the school's not real. It's a metaphor, Erlenmeyer trash. Oh, school him. Don't be mean, though. Fantasy worlds are my jam, broham. Listen, I'm just doing my best over here. Boom. You guys, so what's the plan here? We're gonna sort you. Sort me? Well, sure, I myself am a Hufflepuff, but you all are different facets of my personality with different strengths and weaknesses. It may take some discussion, but I...
Where do you think, Virgil is going to get sorted?
Well, that's difficult for me to answer because I have watched this many times. So I can't really guess as though I don't know.
True. I see the problem.
Where do you think he's going to be sorted?
Ravenclaw?
Okay, interesting.
Maybe Slytherin, but probably Ravenclaw. I would guess that's where Logan is. I don't know, honestly. I don't know.
Cool, I'm glad I asked you that before we got further into this.
Yeah, I wanted to, like... I don't know. Virgil is a really complex character with a lot of feelings and emotions, and it can go so many different ways.
Yes, for sure.
I am sure that we can thoughtfully deduce where each of you... Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin. There we go. End of Sanders Science video. Until next time, everyone.
Oh, yay.
Thank God.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Why am I a Slytherin?
What are the qualifications?
Well, you're the dark and sinister one. Pump the brakes, Princey. That is not what qualifies as Slytherin. Well, all the other houses are definitely taken by us, so it's the only one he could possibly fit into. And that is a great example of what we are not going to do with Virgil. Okay, look, fantasy is not my jam. My jam of choice is crofters.
So we're gonna let him finish the crofters thing in a second, but those are two extremely good examples of things that can happen with trying to figure out what role makes sense for a specific alter, especially when you don't know super well yet. Actually, I'm going to make 3 points here. One is they're not really including him in the conversation at all. The other is they're making like sweeping assumptions based on the couple things they do know about him and their impressions of him overall. And 3, they're like, well, we kind of need somebody to fill out this one thing that none of the rest of us cover, so this is where you kind of have to be, whether or not it actually fits you.
Yeah.
And, like, if a system has 18 emotional protectors and doesn't have any physical ones, that's fine.
Yeah.
That means the system maybe doesn't need a physical protector.
Or there wasn't, like, a necessary requirement to split someone off specifically for that because someone else was able to take care of it. So they didn't need to dedicate an entire alter to just that because someone else was already able to take care of that issue.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like, well, these other options are taken, so you have to be something else. It's not like that at all. But that is a common thing that people try to do to make it, like, almost make sense in that way. But that's not really how it works.
Yeah, you don't, there can be more than one person per house. Easily. And it's not just a one-person thing, and just because someone else is in the same house as you, even if you're not the best of friends with them, that doesn't mean they're any worse or better than you.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, canonically, in the book,
they
there's going to be a bunch of people for each house.
And this video isn't even sponsored. I'm just a fan. Crofters, the only jelly I will put in my belly. What was that? Yeah, I mean, I love me a good spoonful of Crofters, but that was a little out of left field, Logan. What is happening? Fruit spreads aside, I've done some thinking on this fantasy organization process, this Dobby decimal system. Nice, thanks. Whether or not the results of these quizzes that determine which Hogwarts house one belongs to are authentic, they can reinforce one's sense of self. So, if this is necessary to help Virgil feel better about himself, then I support it. With that said, let's break down these houses, shall we? Sure. You have Gryffindor? The brave ones! Well, yeah, but that's an oversimplification. They're also determined and chivalrous. And this is the one Roman thinks he's in. Do I? Then there's Ravenclaw, typically known as the wise and clever ones. Oh, that is me, isn't it? The ones who think they're smarter than everyone else? Well, I don't think I'm smarter than everyone else. I know I'm smarter than everyone else. Then there's Hufflepuff, the loyal and friendly ones. Oh, is that what you think of me, Roman? I mean, yeah, you're the softest little puffball we got, Padre. You don't have to be mean to him. See? And then there is Slytherin, who, yes, get a rep in the books for being the bad guys, but they're mainly known for being ambitious, cunning, strong leaders. But that's not me. Yeah, no. What the heckity heck? 5 abs and 1 pec. What a visual.
Oh, no.
Just a little something I like to say when I'm confused, so that I'm not alone in my confusion. See?
It's almost like your predisposition to judge someone generally isn't right.
Exactly.
And especially you, because you're in theater and have a specific outlook on things. Like, you're not right about how people normally are. People are complex. They're not one-sided, and it's not so simple.
Yep. Exactly. He's
and
not that one-dimensional.
It's definitely not fair to just judge them.
Yeah.
Virgil is not a Slytherin. Oh, darn, it was so close to being perfect. Oh, sorry to ruin that for you. You didn't ruin anything. If you keep talking bad about yourself, I'm going to physically fight you. No, that is...
So yeah, going back around to roles, you can make a strong argument that Patton is an emotional protector, in addition to pretty obviously being a caretaker. But you can also make an extremely strong argument that Virgil is an emotional protector. Just coming at it from a different perspective. Because there's the kind of emotional protector that does things like Patton just did and is like, you're gonna talk nice about yourself. And the kind who, like, hugs you after something scary happens. Kind of the caretakery side of emotional protecting. And then there's the kind who's in an emotionally stressful situation and is gonna, like, verbally defend themselves. So Virgil's more on that side, and in the predicting this could be bad emotionally for us, so we're gonna not do that. That's a big, big, big part of his job. Yeah.
Agreed.
It's the opposite of helpful, Patton. Nobody talks about my child like that. Okay. Oh, okay, buddy.
See,
They are
caretaker.
right, though, anxiety. I mean, this is why I think it's a good exercise. Maybe this will help me to look at my aspects from different angles. Maybe it's not so simple.
Why is it never simple?
Yes, for instance, you, Roman, sound more like a Slytherin. What? I do not. Oh, so you don't think you're a strong leader? You don't think you're cunning? I'm not evil!
Says who?
Slytherins are not all evil, okay? Let's just get rid of that idea right now. But Voldemort? Oh, well, okay, Patton seems more like a Ravenclaw to me. Ooh, it's blue. That doesn't follow at all. Indubiously. Well, he's always the one coming up with those witty puns. You call those witty? Well, you call those glasses? I mean, yes, I'm not sure if you're implying something. Well, I don't think they'll pick up. They don't have a cell phone. Zing! Okay, I'm gonna walk that off for a second. There it is. Good. See, this is what I mean by rethinking quality. Logan seems more like a Gryffindor. You see, Patton makes statements like that, and you think he is a Ravenclaw. Why is that now, Patton? Because he's my hero. We get it. You're adorable. Patton may have a point. I mean, Hermione was a Gryffindor, and she was the smartest of them all. Gryffindors are also known to have short tempers, which I think could apply to both of you. Shut up, Todd! I did not know that. Gryffindors are self-righteous and arrogant. Oh, okay, Patton. I wasn't totally convinced before, but maybe Logan is a Gryffindor. I do see that. Right. Also, they are impulsive and have no regard for the rules. Does that sound like me? And also, that would what? Leave anxiety as Hufflepuff? You don't all have to be in different houses. Oh, but wouldn't that be nifty? How would I be a Hufflepuff? You are hardworking, working hard to make Thomas paranoid, vigilant, paranovigilant. Did you like that? I just made that word up just now. I'm basically Shakespeare. I don't work that hard. Oh, Hufflepuffs are also
That was my
modest.
second
Less
guess.
modest.
Hufflepuff?
Yeah, Hufflepuff was going to be my second guess, but I didn't want to make Virgil seem like they had a soft side, but I kind of guessed it. But there's so many ways that can go. For the mask that Virgil presented, Ravenclaw seemed like the right place. Because for people that put up masks, it generally takes a lot of effort, a lot of perception, and things of that nature. And even if you're not a leader, it takes a lot of intelligence just about people just to be able to mask and control yourself to that level.
Yeah.
Which can have so many things underneath that until I get to know Virgil more, I can't really say, and I'm sad I got it wrong.
Well, let's keep watching.
It's more self-deprecating. What's that? I talk bad about myself. I will physically fight you! Hufflepuffs are also known to be honest, and you certainly keep things 100. That was nice, Logan. Yup! Honest, patient, and impartial. Impartial? Yep, they tend to not take sides unless given good reason to. One thing that I am not in this group is impartial. I am always bringing up the cons to anything you guys talk about. Oh, I mean, I don't think that's exactly what Patton meant. I don't know. Plus, I'm hardly patient. No biggie, if that's not what you feel you are. Keep this magical mishmash going. Prince can be Hufflepuff. Okay, but this sorting has to make some sense. Cedric Diggory was a Hufflepuff, and he was a Triwizard champion before he died. So was Harry, and he was a
Can you
Gryffindor.
pause?
And Hufflepuffs are...
They just said Sandra Diggory?
Cedric.
I know they probably meant Cedric, but
They said
it sounded
Cedric.
it sounded like Sandra. Can you go back?
Yep.
Sorting has to make some sense. Cedric Diggory was a Hufflepuff.
Sandrick Diggory.
No, Cedric Diggory.
One more time.
Oh my god.
Patient. No biggie, if that's not what you feel you are. We can keep this magical mishmash going. Prince can be Hufflepuff. Okay, but this sorting has to make some sense. Cedric Diggory was a Hufflepuff, and...
He doesn't emphasize the C at the end, but it's not Sandra.
They say Sandrick Dingery.
No, they don't.
There was an N on that G. I cranked my volume to really listen to it. It said Sandrick Dingery.
Well, whatever. You know what they meant.
That is now what I'm gonna call Edward from Twilight, which was
Oh my
featured in
God.
Harry Potter from now on.
Okay. Whatever.
And he was a Triwizard champion before he died. So was Harry, and he was a Gryffindor. And Hufflepuffs are said to make the best companions. In a romantic sense, why not? They're also particularly good finders. And you are very good at finding new ways to insult me. No, hey! Not this time around. Relax, I noticed the effort. You're good. Okay, well, Logan, you could be the Slytherin of the group. Ooh, I can actually understand that.
That actually might make the most sense to me. Of the ones that weren't the obvious ones that they said at first.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Mm-hmm. I think Logan's a Slytherclaw.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're mixing them, though. Do they actually ever take a test? Don't tell me. We gotta finish it.
Cunning, resourceful, a strong leader. A disregard for the rules. Wait, what? No, that's Gryffindor. It is Gryffindor, but it's also Slytherin. Dumbledore did say that was a quality Salazar Slytherin valued. A certain disregard for the rules. That was a Gryffindor talking about a Slytherin. I spy an obvious bias. Okay, but it was Severus Snape who said that Gryffindors have no regards for the rules. So, hey, maybe they both do, maybe just one does, maybe they both don't. We could do this all day, so let's just move on. Patton could be Gryffindor. I look like a pirate. Explain, please. I don't know. Thomas's heart. He just seems like the most impulsive and reckless at times. I mean, we're constantly working to rein him in. Good point. See that? That's a really good point to you. Also, valid argument, Virgil. All right, so you must be a Ravenclaw. I mean, maybe. If anyone else here was going to be Ravenclaw, I would think it would be you. You are definitely a bit eccentric. You're the common sense we need. You cause me to think through all possible outcomes to any given situation. You've always been a sappy Sybil, Trelawney. I suppose, but I don't know. I'm just the one who points out the problems. Ravenclaws are the ones who are innovative enough to actually solve the problems. What are you talking about? You've done that before. By accident. Or by drawing upon information that you own.
Virgil's going to inherently downplay his own abilities here, but people always think anxiety in general, not necessarily the character, but anxiety in general is such a horrible thing because it causes stress and emotions and overthinks. But most trauma responses are survival mechanisms that you're taught. The fight, flight, freeze, fawn, etc.
Yeah.
All of those are survival mechanisms, and anxiety serves a purpose of being a creature that is aware of itself and can think. You think through all the possibilities at a rapid rate, which is why you get overwhelmed and anxious about it, because you're trying to figure out the best way to survive, not cause problems, not get hurt, etc., etc. And it's pattern recognition on top of that. And so you end up coming up with the solutions by overthinking about all the problems, because you figure out which ones are the worst, which ones are the best, what's the easiest way to handle this, what's the worst way to handle this, etc., etc. By figuring out what not to do simply through process of elimination, you figure out what to do, and that's a very valuable side. Like, you saw it before with the when anxiety wasn't present kind of thing, but people always underestimate how useful that is.
Yeah. I think a very strong argument can be made for Virgil to be a Ravenclaw with self-esteem issues.
Oh, easily.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I was gonna say something, but then I started to stop. I was gonna say any good leader doubts themselves from time to time, or doubts whether or not they're being a good leader because they don't want to do it wrong.
Yeah.
And that's not always true, and I don't want to give off the impression that if you don't doubt yourself that you're bad.
Right.
It's just they constantly try to check themselves to make sure they're doing the best thing they can for the people that are in their care.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they want to do good for them. They want to make sure that they're doing the best thing they can and not fucking it up or hurting someone.
Yeah.
Already knew.
Sorry.
So
You're good.
you're saying that one's also an uncomfortable fit. I don't think it fully sums me up. Perhaps you're right. We found certain traits that we can relate to, but maybe it's best we stick with where we feel most comfortable. Well, if we went solely by that, then this seems the most accurate to me. This feels the most right for me. Yeah, no surprise here, you guys. Verge? How you feeling? I'm not sure. Well, they don't all have to be different. Does Gryffindor feel best for you? One thing I feel like I'm not is reckless. Fair point. I'm not impartial, and frankly, not very friendly. I'll fight you. I'm a problem identifier, but not a problem solver. And then there is what everyone expects me to be. But I don't feel like an ambitious, cunning leader. I feel more like a play it safe, evasive warrior. So what does this mean? I went into this hoping to make better sense of it all, but now I'm even more confused than ever. So you don't quite fit into any of the houses perfectly. Big deal. You know who could have been in Slytherin or Gryffindor? Harry frickin' Potter. Hermione.
Yeah. And
That's a point that gets skipped over all the time in the movies.
yeah, for sure. But this is a really, really good example of how frustrating it can be if you feel like you're being pressured into perfectly fitting into a specific label or box, and none of them actually fit you. And it's perfectly okay to not label yourself, A, or to invent a label that you've never heard of before that does fit you. Yeah.
It's okay to be different or new.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say it's okay to be different or new.
Yeah.
But exemplified Gryffindor traits more. Neville wanted to be in Hufflepuff because he didn't see the Gryffindor traits in himself at all. You guys are making me feel really good about my house. Thank you. Point is, there are examples of people who toe the line between multiple categories, and they fit however they want to fit. But I don't fit, that's the thing. Says who? You could be a Ravenclaw with Hufflepuff tendencies, a Slytherin with Gryffindor tendencies. No, wait, no, not that one. You can be Raphael and Donatello. Well, that's mixing metaphors. Let's not confuse the issue. A waterbender and an earthbender. Only if you were the Avatar. I thought we were talking about Harry Potter. You're a Greyjoy. And you're Stark. Thomas, you don't even watch Game of Thrones. How do you...
You should, though. It's so good.
Yeah, I've heard. I think I'm getting it, guys. It's just, I wish that I was a little bit more simple to understand. Oh, who wants that? No one is or should be that simple. I mean, just the fact that my Hufflepuff self is comprised of so many different aspects and passions is amazing. Figuring yourself out should be an adventure. And in the meantime, don't be afraid to stand out a little. Embrace your differences. Heck, I dyed my hair this saucy shade of sangria for a change, and I like feeling a bit unique. Hopefully you can too. Well, then I'm not picking a house. I don't need to belong to a specific Hogwarts house in order to belong with you guys. Oh, I'm proud of you. 10 points to, Virgil. That was an option. I didn't have to participate in this at all.
I love Logan. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to answer your question from earlier, because I was like, okay, anything that I guess is going to be based on all of the things they said in the video. And I could say, like, the obvious guess, or I could say what I actually kind of personally think. Which is kind of a mix of Ravenclaw and Slytherin, actually. Not the like ambitious side of Slytherin, but the fierce protector and super loyal friend kind of Slytherin.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas, your hair and these emblems are giving me an idea. Roman, make it work. Contact runway. I say we go for a bit of a change, too. Oh, how? If you say Mind Palace again, we haven't even been back to the one that you created in a long... Oh, that's nice. Oh, new emblem thingy. Aw, Prince 2.0, my goodness. Your shoulders were so boring to look at before. Yeah, it's just a bit of a change, but I thought it would be nice. Well, I suppose I could also participate, but I'm not going to go as ornate or elaborate. I would just look silly. I set the bar too high for you. That's okay. There. Nice simple logo change, clear and to the point. Hey, Logan! Matching logos. That's very nice, Pat. Mine is a heart with glasses. Stealing my logo, no big deal. What's going on with your cardigan? Is that your cat onesie? Maybe. That will not suffice. You never let me do anything fun. Figure it out, buddy. Maybe something different for next time. Virgil, your turn. Oh my goodness, do I have to? I mean, like so many changes. I just told you my name. No, you don't have to. I just thought. I actually had this idea, but like... It's a little out there, so go ahead. I mean, if you don't like it, you can always change back. Well, all right, but before I do, I should probably confess that I actually really dig the purple. What? That design. Get on his level. You good, Patton? I got overexcited. Well, I will say this much. That is a jacket. That is
Logan.
Magnificent. How you've managed to become even angstier. Oh. No. If that's what you want to rock, then you rock it, sir. Who needs a Hogwarts house when you have your own hog wild style?
Oh, that's
great. I don't
great.
even know what I'm saying anymore. Yeah, it is pretty hog wild. Wonderful.
It's very
that you
Tim
feel
Burton.
a little bit more like a part of this group, Virgil. I do. I'd say we can call it a day if we're done swapping looks. And talking books. I prefer reading on a Nook. That response has me shook. Would you look at the time on the clock? Patton, the video is about doing your own things. Don't do what they're doing. Honestly. Anyway, great new style, Virgil. Thanks. Now I feel as big of a weirdo as the rest of these guys. That's good. You fit right in. Saw what you did there. Nice little bring it around full circle. That was cute. Yeah, I couldn't help myself. If any of you feel like you don't fit in, that is okay. It's also okay if whatever Hogwarts house you identify with doesn't perfectly embody you as an individual. There are many ways to look at ourselves, and figuring ourselves out can be an ongoing thing for many of us. Try to embrace the mystery that you are, all the things that help you relate to others, and all the things that make you stand out. Until next time, take it easy, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out. Before we enter the end card, just letting you know if any of those little logos at the end of the video interested you, we now have them in shirt form, also in hoodie form, tank top, pins, buttons. If any of these things interest you, you can go to this website down here or click that link right over there. Any support would be great. It would help us to make future videos, but if not, don't feel obligated. No big deal. Just you guys watching is support enough, so thank you so much. Hey, do you think that we can wear the new stuff and the Harry Potter stuff, like, all the time? It seems a bit excessive. It's not my house, but purple and green seem to go together, right? Boy, it's a good thing that all of this Harry Potter merchandise is just a figment of Thomas's imagination that he can just freely conjure up. Oh, I know. Could you imagine how much money one would have to spend in order to have all these things for one simple video? Humorous. Simply humorous. Could you imagine? Crofters. He's silly.
Yeah. I really like that video. I forget sometimes how much I like that video. Any final thoughts on it?
They learned a lot about each other.
Yeah.
Which... They have a method of learning about each other which is very, very chaotic.
Yeah.
But it's good to learn and communicate and figure things out about everybody. Because it makes people feel more heard and connected. And it helps a lot to not feel like you're alone. And I'm really proud of them for that.
Also,
'Cause
Thomas
it's
is
not
a pretty
easy.
good mediator.
Yes, very much so.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying?
Nothing. I was just thinking.
Mm. I think I said all of my major thoughts already.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So yeah, this has been another episode of DID systems reacting to Sanders' sides from a DID perspective. And I hope you liked it. And if you did, you should click the like button and you should comment things that you liked about it in the comments or on Discord. And you should subscribe to make sure you see all the future ones and ring the bell to make extra sure you see all the future ones. And yeah, these videos have been super popular, which is really fun because I really like making them and it's really exciting. So thank you guys for watching these. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how I end my videos.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching. Bye. Oh yeah. Bye.